You give up a lot of rights. And I see that how unhappy you are with me. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm really okay.
No
with that.
idea. You have no idea.
I'm okay with this. This is okay.
No,
I know that case is getting a little old. He's got 4 hours of community service to do for the states.
Is Mr. Brown here?
He is here, Judge.
Come up, Mr. Brown. He has literally had from August to now, all he had to do was a class and community service and to get dismissed. What has he done?
In the class.
You have had from, no, it's not a good morning. They have given you an offer to dismiss this case. It's funny that we literally have to beg people to work for damn dismissals. It's such a shame. You, since August 28th, have had an offer to dismiss this case if you perform how many hours? 4 hours of community service in a class, and you still haven't done the community service. What on earth have you been doing with your life that you can't commit 4 hours?
I wasn't aware of a community service until this weekend. As far as the anger management class, I didn't know about that sooner.
Mr. Slider? Now looks to me like he's throwing you under the bus now.
Judge, I have an open
You
door
know?
policy for all my clients. I'm in the office every night till 9 p.m. I tell everyone, don't let 10 days come by unless you at least put some type of contact with me, whether it's on the phone.
You have until Monday. If you haven't completed everything by Monday, you will get an immediate trial setting and I will not accept anything else. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. We'll see. Sit down. You have to beg people to work a damn dismissal. Unacceptable.
That offer was October 4th.
And he was set for jury trial October 4th, and now he's got a status conference November 14th. But the attorney hasn't changed. Usually they might take it off the trial docket if you get a new
You want
attorney.
to, it's up to you, whatever you want. If
He
you
wants
want
a
to set
trial
it,
date.
okay, then
Yeah.
let's set it. I would love to go to trial, with
Yeah.
Mr. Munyarabuga.
One of these things where he has strong feelings about it.
Guys, how soon could you be ready for trial, Mr. Munyarabuga? December 3rd?
Yes, Judge, but there are a lot of trials set up that day.
Yeah, now I think there's 6. And 2 of them already are jail cases. We just set one today.
Yes, Judge.
What, do we have another day in December, Ramona?
Yes, Judge, but that day is loaded. There's
do
like
January,
14
Judge.
trials
the only
already set
other-
on that day.
I mean, maybe he'll plead on,
That's kind of what I'm thinking, Judge. He's maxed out on jail credit here. If he works out the felony, then the misdemeanor is going to be kind of a waste of time to
So,
try it. But I'm
Scott, are you okay with, we set it on Friday? Okay, let's set it for the 15th, which is the day after the felony case.
okay.
Like they said, if he pleads up there, then it'll go away here.
And then on that day, if not, we'll just get a
And
trial
we'll
date.
set it in the new year.
Okay, yes, Judge.
Okay. So this is Mr. Otis. Good morning, Mr. Otis.
Good morning, sir.
Mr. Otis, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail with credit for the 20 days that you've done. You got to understand there's a lot riding on this, Mr. Otis. This comes with an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another case like this, and it could be so much as you take someone's arm and just squeeze ever so tightly to where even just a minimal amount of pain,
Yes, sir.
you're now looking at a 3rd-degree felony up to a minimum of 2 years, up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You can also never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this plea bargain agreement as well. Is this what you want to do?
Yeah, well, it's over.
Have you been to the penitentiary before?
Yes, sir.
How many times have you been to the penitentiary?
A lot.
So you realize that you're a true habitual. Every time you pick up a felony, you're looking at a 25 to life case.
Yes, sir.
You've picked up now less than a gram. I don't know why they've not got you in, or maybe they do have you enhanced to at least a 3rd or 2nd degree. No, they've got you to state jail. Yeah. All right. Mr. Otis, how do you plead to the assault of a family member? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It'll be there forever. All right, sir, how do you plead?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the 30, give you credit for 20, So affirmative finding of family violence. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Abandoned because they didn't make it 90. Are you with Mr. Anguiano? Come on up, Mom.
Came back positive, Your Honor, but I would like to see the levels on the test because before all this, he was a
Don't care.
heavy marijuana user.
Come up, Mom. Thank you so much for coming. So you're familiar with the case he has? Were you here with me the first time? Okay. So he's young, and I asked him not to do two things. Not drive like a, maniac, and not to smoke marijuana. I tested him September, and I gave him a warning that if you test positive again, that tells me that you've continued to smoke, and it's unacceptable, and there's only one place for it. He has continued to smoke. So guess what happens now? I told you when you got here last time, don't do anything to put yourself in a position where you're still testing positive. It's been a long time. It's been a month and a half now, and you continue to test positive.
They didn't send my first test to the lab. You could see that my levels went all the way down. I haven't smoked not once. I was a strong smoker for 3 years straight. I promise you I have not smoked.
How old are you now?
I'm 18.
18. So since 15, you've been that heavy of a smoker?
He was with my mom in Oregon for a while, but since last quarter, he's only been home. He just got a job.
And we did get a PTI program for him. He has been working on his GED.
Still smoking?
I would like to see the levels. I do know that.
Sure. I will give you anything you want, Hugh. It's an open book. It's an open door, but you're staying with me. And then we'll see. If you show me something different, great. But I warned you. I told you what to expect if you continued to test.
I didn't smoke though. That's the thing. Why am I getting arrested if I haven't smoked?
You know how many people tell me that on a daily basis? We are now nearly November 1st. I tested you in the beginning of September. If you would have stopped smoking, you would not have anything in your system at this time. Goes with you?
We get up on that, Judge.
Sure, of course. Mom, don't go.
No, I asked her, because I need,
Oh, okay. Just come,
you can go forward.
come this way. You ready?
Yes.
Hey.
Mr. Canales, he took the test, I think, came back negative.
You did?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Great. Fantastic.
So is he free to go?
Good job. You sure?
That's what the.
She came back negative? Canales.
Yes.
Wonderful. Come on up. Okay, so we'll give you a normal setting. No lo falles de nuevo. We'll give you just a normal setting and good luck. Kavita, are you ready? Who? Oh, tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah. But if they don't come tomorrow, bond, he gets bond. So let them know. I don't care for this. What's the last name again?
Johnson.
Good morning, Miss Johnson. You wanted me to accept a time served. It didn't work the first time. So why is it going to work a second time? You got to understand that we don't reward behavior when it continues to happen, especially when you're putting others' lives at danger. I mean, do you watch the news? Do you watch the news?
I do.
Okay. Every single day, someone dies from an alcohol-related collision in Harris County. Every single day. You're now on your second DWI. And I can't tell you how many times I've done a time served on a second and they wrap their car around a pole the next day. It's not an acceptable thing, And so that's why, that's why we do what we do. Everything is for the benefit of the public and to make sure it doesn't happen again. And you need to understand that from now on, you and I will not be dealing with each other. This is now your second DWI. You ever get pulled over now and you have even the remote faintest smell of alcohol, you'll now be in felony court, 2 to 10 at the penitentiary. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to be fall down, piss ass drunk to get a felony charge. They're just going to look at your record and it speaks for itself. They're going to assume that you have a tolerance and they're just going to lock you up. You understand?
I understand.
You give up a lot of rights. And I see that how unhappy you are with me. And I'm okay with that. I'm really okay.
No idea. You have no idea.
I'm okay with this. This is okay.
No, I actually like you. I watch you on TikTok.
Oh, well.
So I'm a fan.
Understand everything that we do. We just don't want you to come back.
I understand.
And like the example I give, where's my phone? $20. One click will get you anywhere you want to go in the city. Don't matter where you want to go. Just,
I do.
know, good. And I hope it continues, just that's all we're asking. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. And like I said,
Wow.
it'll go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. And I'm telling you, even if you're 92, you get into a car and you've had half a glass of wine, you get pulled over, they're going to charge you,
Yeah.
So I wouldn't, even if you've had a sip, I wouldn't get in the car because it's a humongous risk. It's 30 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done.
I believe I did 2 days.
Um,
I did about 36 hours.
We'll check.
Okay.
Because if you do have 2 days, I'm going to give you 2 days and we're going to shortchange anyone because we can look at the time that you went in, time you got out, everything, we have records for everything. It says here that you had a prior DWI from 2014 in county court at law number 9. Is that true that you had that prior DWI? Okay. True to the first enhancement. I'm going to abandon the second enhancement because it'll make it 90. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Reluctantly guilty.
Well, if you're not guilty, we can go to trial. If you're really, I don't want you to plead guilty if you're not guilty. We don't play that game here. If you're not guilty, don't plead. We can have a trial. This is a lifetime decision. Once you do this, there's no coming back from it. You are the only one who knows if you're guilty of this offense or not. I wasn't there. I just have videos and blood test results, I guess, or whatever's out there, because I don't even know.
Do you have video of when they took my blood test results?
Sorry?
I would really like someone to look at those.
If you want, we can put this off for a week. You can go to the office and you can look at everything, and then that way you can make an informed decision. It's up to you. But better to make an informed decision than to have regret, because there's no turning back once you do this, no regrets, right? Once you plead, that's it. If you want a week, I'm happy to give you a week. You can go to Sliders' office in Cavita and take a look at all the videos. Was there a blood test?
So we had looked at,
You have looked at the videos?
yeah, we looked at the
I
staff.
haven't seen where they took my blood
But there may not be. I don't know. I don't know what there's out
because
there.
there was some major human rights violation when they took my blood. And
Remember,
I'm having a real problem with that. I was not drinking that night.
it doesn't have to be just alcohol. There are other intoxicants. If you take too much NyQuil, what happens when you take too much NyQuil? You get woozy, right? It doesn't have to be alcohol. You take too much NyQuil, it's anything that impairs the normal use of your mental and or physical faculties. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It could be NyQuil. It could be isopropyl alcohol. It could be any number of things. It could be a combination of things thereof. If you take an Ambien and you have half a glass of wine, if you take an Ambien, or if you take NyQuil PM, right? And then you have a glass of alcohol or wine, right? Or even if you take too much NyQuil PM, all these things can impair your ability. And that's what the law is.
Right.
It doesn't have to be alcohol. I don't know, what's out there, but if you want more time, I can give you more time. It's a lifetime decision. Look, remember, Ms. Johnson, we live stream here. So it's better for you guys. If you don't want to do it, just don't. You guys can go talk in a room back there. If you want to wait a little bit, we can wait. You don't have to do it now. We can do it in 10, 15 minutes, or I can give you a week and you can take a look at everything again, because this isn't Target. You can just return it if you don't like it. This is, like I said, a lifetime decision. There's no buyer's remorse. Let's do that.
Judge, we'll
I'll put it
step
to the
down.
side. You go out there, talk about it, and then come back and let me know what you want to do. Okay? You have, okay. Mr. Lopez coming up.
He has been sworn in already, Judge.
Do you need him to sign the documents, guys? Mr. Lopez, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. I think that I've admonished you on this before, that the Texas legislature has made it very easy for district attorneys across the state to seize and take cars from individuals who continue to do this kind of behavior. You now have two. You get popped again, it's very likely that they take and seize whoever's car that you're driving. Do you understand? What is his arrogance?
Judge, I think he's just a little nervous.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand? The next time, this is your third case, you come back again, get ready. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to the offense of reckless driving? I will find you guilty and I will sentence you to the agreement. What do you do for a living, Mr. Lopez?
I'm a plasma operator.
How much money do you make a month?
5 to 6,000.
You will be required to pay all fines and fees, and I'm going to also require you to pay for the representation that you've done here today. You're not and should not have qualified for a
He's retained.
lawyer, and I'm going to now look at your financial affidavit to see what it
Judge, this
says.
is a retained case. He's hired us on this case.
Oh, it's a hired case. Got it. Okay. Mr. Lopez, you will be required to pay for the fines and fees in this case. If you don't pay it, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and every $100 that you owe, you will pay with 1 day in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to tell you, there are proper places in Houston to do this kind of stuff. On 610 and 59, don't do it. God forbid you kill someone. But next time will be third. And I'm telling you, you may very well lose the car that you're driving. Good luck.
Judge,
Thanks, Kadia.
Albio, results came back positive for THC.
Yeah, let me talk to Mr. Ariel first so we can get Lori out.
come on, it's
Okay, hold on a second. Mr. Lopez, you asked me for a PR bond now. I'm sorry, Mr. Lopez, Mr. Ariola, sorry. That was Mr. Lopez. Mr. Ariola, you asked me for a PR bond, but let me tell you something. Every time we let you out of custody, you have little wings on your back and you take off. You did the program. You did it amazingly. All we wanted you to do was do the aftercare. You were supposed to report. Your date of discharge was April 23rd of 2024 of the program that you were in. You were supposed to report. Oh, is it the same day? Shatoria? I'm sorry. The date of discharge was April 23rd. The next day, you were supposed to report to the place for aftercare. Did you report? You did not report, and you took off yet again. Every time we let you out of jail, you do whatever you want to do, and you don't comply with court orders. So I can't trust you and give you a PR bond now or reinstate you. We're going to work the way through that we normally do. We're going to see what Como County wants to do. And then after that, we're going to go right back into SATA. Tell me.
I'd like the court to consider my position of not having the opportunity to report myself on the last
Judge, I'm sorry. I feel as though we're talking about things alleged in the MAJ. I don't want to be unfair to the defendant.
Counsel's here.
Oh, she is here.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's on Zoom.
Okay.
No. We're not going to do this without counsel. No, Michael, come on. No. She's here.
Yes, Judge.
as I was saying, to consider the position that I was put in, not given the opportunity to present myself, report myself to the probation office.
We let you out. You were supposed to report. Is that not a chance?
That was a different, that was another,
Case.
another, the one that I'm asking of, that I was in current in agreement with you, was the probation that came with the counselors.
I don't want to go on a 30-minute diatribe, a 30-minute conversation again, Mr. Ariel. The bottom line is if I let you out, you will not show up to anything that you're supposed to show up. And I have it as evidence in every single case that you and I have dealt with. Every single time I have let you out, every time that a magistrate has let you out, you take flight and you take off and you never come back.
Because I'd like to resolve this issue, this matter.
I'm no,
of
I'm not,
today.
no, sorry. I'm not gonna do that. I told you I was done with the catch and release. It's not gonna happen. We will continue.
I'm asking for my time for these cases that I stand before this court today.
Okay. Regardless, we can't do anything now because you've got the Como County cases open. So I'm gonna have the DAs reach out to Como County to see where we go from there.
Judge, he also said earlier that he would like a hearing on these new charges in Comal County.
Say it again?
He would like a hearing on the new charges in Comal County, because we're not sure whether or not the state can prove them.
They're not putting up the new law violations regardless. I mean, they're not gonna do that to kind of hurt Mr. Ariola even more, you know? So I don't think that that would be part of the motion to adjudicate hearing. That would hurt you more, and that's not what we're here to do.
Those Kamal County's charges are allegations. I'm still innocent
Correct.
and haven't been indicted yet.
Correct.
I'm confused.
I don't know that.
I'm confused on what.
There is a hold at a Como County, right?
I came from Comal County. I bonded out on.
I have 2 bonds on your case, and because you were unable to make the bonds, that's why you're still in custody now. I'm not giving you a PR bond. So we also need to find out what's going on with Como County. So bottom line, Mr. Ariola, I'm not letting you out today. Okay? We just need to work the thing to see how it plays out. And then
I'm asking that the court stays within this district. Comal County is relevant at this point. I'm still, there are allegations.
we're not using any of that, none of that is being held against you, Mr. Ariola.
And Judge, for the court's information, the updated hold information is that they released the hold on 5/16 of 2020.
Okay.
So currently, there's no hold that the state can see. on our
Okay.
end.
Can you reach out to them to
Yes, sir.
see and let them know of our intent here? And then, when do you want to set it again? Today's Wednesday. Try Monday, maybe?
You haven't said
Judge,
the
I'm gonna
court,
reach out
yeah.
to them.
Okay, we're gonna try to do this fast on your behalf. We're not gonna take a long time to do it. I need them to reach out to Como County to see what Como wants to do with your 3 cases. We'll come back on Monday and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, Mr. Ariola, I'm not letting you out. I know what's gonna happen if I let you out. I can't do it. Okay, I know that you're upset, but believe me when I'm telling you, I want the best thing for you. Okay,
I'm having a hard time to understand.
I don't, I'll
Yeah.
have Lori explain it to you, okay?
That's okay.
I want what's best for you, Mr. Ariola. I think that this is it, okay?
To keep me in your program? To keep me in your pocket?
Not in my pocket.
Mr. Ariola.
Yes.
Can I be excused, Judge?
Oh, of course, Lori. Yes, yes.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Have a good luck with your son. All right, good morning, Mr. Maurice.
Sir.
Sir, you're charged with the offense of theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 26 that you've done. Is this how you understand it? I guess is the evading being dismissed?
Yes.
As part of the agreement, the evading arrest that you have is being dismissed. How many thefts is this for you?
First one, my first one
Are you sure?
that I know of, my first one.
Well, because what I'm trying to impart to you is that this is an enhanceable offense, meaning that this is now 1. If you have at least 1 other one on your record, the next time you're looking at a felony charge instead of days, it's years. So the next time you get an itch, be very, very careful because it could cost you many, many years of your life.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It'll be there forever. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It also alleges here that you had a prior burglar by habitation from 2020 in the 178. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, true to the enhancement. All right, sir, how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Oh,
If
guilty.
you're not guilty of the offense, don't plead guilty. I don't
understand-
know.
I didn't understand the way you have worded.
Yeah, are you guilty or are you not guilty of the
Yes,
offense?
sir.
Are you sure? Okay. Sir, I'll find you guilty as a part of the plea bargain agreement, the evading will be dismissed. You've got to also understand that evading is also an enhanceable. A second evading is a felony charge. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Thanks.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks. Okay, Mr. Elick, you ready?
Okay. Miss Ely, come.
You know, it really scares me to think that not even a couple days can go by and you test positive for alcohol. I mean, either you just don't care about bond conditions or you have a problem, you know?
Am I allowed to speak?
No, there, at this point, there's nothing that you can say. You know, my kids, I've got a ton of kids, Miss Ely, and when they do wrong, I try to, you know, I try to discipline them. And when they tell me sorry because they did something wrong, you know, I hug them, I give them a kiss on the cheek, buddy, I get it. I'm sorry. When they make the same mistake again, I'm like, look, I told you before, you're doing wrong. This is why. And then when they make the same thing again, and they try to tell me sorry, I'm like, but do you think I believe that sorry? You keep making the same mistake and you want me to believe that you're sorry? Just man up and tell me you just don't give a rat's behind. You know, here, do you not see the analogy? Over and over. Your case is 1,500 days. We set cases for trial at 180 days. If you have a problem with alcohol, Miss Ely, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do. If I find that you test positive for alcohol while you're on this probation, I will put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand? It is a minimum of around 6 to 9 months if you respond well to treatment. If you don't, you're looking at about a year and a half. All we want are our streets to be safe. That's all we want. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal, Ms. Ely, meaning that once you accept this agreement today, you can never change this. The other thing I'm going to tell you is that this DWI will go on your record. If you ever get pulled over and you have even the remote faintest smell of alcohol, chances are you're going to pick up a second DWI, and everything doubles up on a second. From now on, you are looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up in here. If you get in a car, I hope that you don't even have a sip of alcohol, because it's going to cost you a lot, man. As part of the probation, for you to complete it successfully, you must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill them. You must do a thinking for a change, driving while intoxicated, education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must have a guardian interlock, no breath test refusal. So if you're pulled over and an officer asks you to submit to a breath sample, you must take a breath test. No drugs, no alcohol. Have you looked up to see if she has a valid license, Alex?
Your Honor, she does
I
not.
don't drive.
She does not drive. And
I'm making it, you will be signing an affidavit with me today, Ms. Ely, that you're not going to drive while you're on this probation. The worst possible thing you can do is drive. I'm telling you, there's no better way to assess a lengthy, just don't drive. If you want to drive, all we ask you to do is get a license, get insurance, and then you must have an interlock on the car. Because you're not driving, you must get a portable breath test device, 3 days to get the device. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, man? I will find you guilty. One more thing I'm going to tell you is the worst possible thing that you can do is stop reporting. Because if you stop reporting, we're going to issue a warrant for your arrest. If you ever have problems with the DWI, just come back and we can talk through it. To me, I don't care about money. I will waive your fees on everything that I can. I cannot pay for outside classes, so that I can't pay for, but everything I can, and I will pay for you. It's never about the money. It's about doing what you say that you're going to do and staying drug and alcohol free for a year. Can you see if she qualifies for TAP funding?
She's unemployed, based on information she gives me, so I'm gonna send you.
Why are you unemployed?
I work overnight at a
at a club, but I haven't been going since I have the things on my legs. Like I work as a bottle girl, so I haven't been going since I've been having these things on my legs. Because of the outfits that I have to wear, I can't go to work with those on my legs. So I haven't been working 2 weeks.
So how are you getting income?
Right now I stay at home with my mom. And I'm let me rephrase that. I'm currently enrolled in cosmetology school from 9 to 5, and I just graduated phlebotomy school too. So I'm doing stuff.
Is it perhaps the lifestyle that's not, it's bringing you down?
I was trying to get that's why I've been going to school. So
Great, good. That's what yes. And that's what we want with you, Miss Ely. Sometimes if you're in a bad environment, it's going to drag you down. And that's what we don't want. We want to see you flourish. We want to see you become the great person that you can, But I don't know if it's the environment that's taking you down, but if you can, get into cosmetology, or that would be great.
in school, I go to school from 9 to 5.
When are you going to graduate?
I don't graduate to April. It's 6 months. I don't graduate to April 15th. And I just graduated phlebotomy school last month.
Did you say phlebotomy school?
Yes.
Okay, so can they set you up with a job?
Yeah, I couldn't get a job in phlebotomy because this kept coming up on my background, so I could never.
So that's why you finally came to get stuff taken care of. You can run, but you can't hide forever. It's going to come back to you one time. Okay, cut all her fees, please. And then let's see if she qualifies for TAP funding. We're going to try to get you to qualify for TAP funding so it pays for everything for you. Like I said, if you ever have a problem, just come back and talk to us. Don't take off because it's the worst thing you can do. Also consider it's going to go on your record. So if you're ever driving, even a remote smell, it's not going to end up well, man. All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to it. I'm not going to suspend your license, ma'am. But if you don't have a license, don't drive. Go back to DPS. They can help you get a license. It's not hard,
I did show her what she needs to do for that.
What's that?
I was able to pull that up and show her what she needs to resolve before she can get that.
Is the number to the DPS driver's license division. You might give that to her. If you call them, you can ask them and they will tell you exactly what you need to do to get a license back. When you call them, don't call at 8, don't call at 9. You have to call right at 7 in the morning because otherwise the phone lines get so busy, you'll never get through. Trust me, when you call them, if you want to get your license, that is, call them at 7 o'clock sharp. You'll never get through otherwise. All right, good luck, man. Thanks. Yeah, wave it all. Or Miss
Johnson is ready to take her plea.
She should. You sure this? Come up, man. Okay. So you want to go through with this then?
Yes.
You're sure? Okay. All right. So as we said before, I'm just going to go through the everything again. You have the right to have a jury decide, right? You have the right to confront and cross-examine your witnesses. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it will reflect as a conviction on your record. You can never take it off or try to challenge this. You understand? So how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. Ms. Johnson, I will sentence you to 30 days in jail. Did you look to see if she has 2? No. We show 1-day credit. If you guys want to try to pull the time cards, somehow we can try to see if she has 2. I don't know. She's saying she has 2. I don't know. We'll take a look to see if we can find out the time you got in and the time you got out. I am going to suspend your license for 1 year, ma'am. Do not drive until you get a license.
And again for 1 year.
I have to. On every DWI,
That
second.
wasn't brought up to me. I was told that it was be a first DWI.
On every DWI second, I always suspend it for a year. I could up to 2, but I only do it for 1 year.
So that means I can't drive for a year.
We can get an occupational
You
license.
can apply for an occupational license. As part of the occupational license, though, you'll have to get a guardian interlock. You will also have to do some.
I'll have to do another interlock. Oh, shoot. This isn't what I signed up for.
Judge, can we step down for another
Please.
moment?
No problem.
I didn't think that was part of it.
Hey, Judge, can I get the docket? So let's start right now.
What the heck, man?
Somebody sent him a sticker.
Oh, that's cool.
Look, why is it not letting me sign? Motion for continuance? What is this?
Is that the one the state asked for the other day? Lots case?
That's court 6, sir.
Oh.
Oh,
Did you grant one?
no, but I guess I'll sign it. Oh, are you guys ready? Come on. Sorry.
I thought it happened.
No. Oh, gosh. We have to talk about something else. No, not on that. But what about the supervision? The DPS fines and fees? What do you do for a living, man?
I don't do anything. I took care of my husband for 5 years before he died.
Support yourself now.
Um, you know, I'm just barely getting by.
My concern is because there, when you get a DWI, there's so many collateral consequences. It's just disgusting. You get license suspension, you get jail time. One of the other consequences is DPS hits you with a fine and fee and a surcharge of, was this a 0.15 or above? What was it?
Yes, Your Honor. It was.
Yeah, you have a $6,000 surcharge that you're going to be required to pay to DPS.
I mean, I don't know how you're gonna get it. I don't have any money.
She won't be able to pay that.
I don't have any money.
So what happens is they end up suspending your license until you get it.
I mean, I'll never drive. I can't afford the insurance any longer, so I won't be driving.
Please don't drive without insurance. I want you.
No, I won't be
Okay.
driving at all.
Let
I'll
me-
end up selling my car.
Let me impart something to you, okay? Because of this whole YouTube thing, I get emails and I get just letters and I get phone calls and I get bombarded with. I got something really stomach turning the other day where a guy emailed me, goes, I was driving and I was in an accident. And now they're coming after me for $50,000. I have a young kid, I've got a wife, and I got an apartment. Can you help me out with this? And I didn't reply, right? Because I can't give out legal advice, right? But, the email went on and on and on about how the accident has just been a life-turning event where they've had investigators come to their house, they've had just lawyers and insurance companies come after them, try to take, and it's because they were driving, they got into an accident, they maimed the other people, and they didn't have insurance. And when that happens, you have other people that are going to come after you. And if you don't have insurance, they got to get the money from somewhere. So they will get a judgment against you.
I understand.
So
I understand.
I hope you do. I will waive your fines and fees and surcharges, Ms. Johnson. Okay. But I want you to understand that, if you're ever going to get lit, just don't get into a car. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going, no matter what kind of catastrophic event happens in your life, because the law doesn't care what happened in your life. They don't care about your catastrophic event. They don't care that someone died, that your baby mama cheated on you. None of that matters. All they see, how many times, and from now on, it's 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. If you thought this was bad, wait till you get a felony court. And it can all be with just one click. I'll waive the fees. I will also give you credit for the ALR suspension. I mean, I don't know what else we can do to help you out, Ms. Johnson. Just don't get into a car.
I won't.
All right, so it's 30 days in jail, credit for the 1 day for now, unless you can find it elsewhere. What is the turn day?
It would be November.
Good morning, Miss Ariel. Good to see you. I'm sorry that we're seeing you under these circumstances, but you've picked up some serious charges in Como County. And the problem is that you never, ever, 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 ever once have appeared on your own. In the dozens and dozens of charges that you and I have had together, have never once on your own appeared. And you want me to give you a PR bond? Tell me.
I'm asking, give me an opportunity to present myself or report myself to the probations that you've acquired my person to me. I've been back and forth between Harris County and Comal County since the last time you I haven't even been indicted. At this moment, I'm asking that I'm given the opportunity to complete this program of yours. Let the service play as it plays. There's a whole different county, a whole different jurisdiction.
Let me give you a little roadmap, what I was thinking. I'm having our chief district attorney here reach out to Como County to let them know what we want to do here about DDRP in hopes that they, are on board with us.
They have nothing to do with y'all.
I
There's a whole different,
know.
there's a whole different.
I know.